President Thomas S. Monson, in his conference address, The 3 R's of Choice, retold of Alice's predicament from Lewis Carroll's classic, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. He said, "You will remember that she comes to a crossroads with 2 paths before her, each stretching onward but in opposite directions. She is confronted by the Cheshire Cat, of whom Alice asks, 'Which path shall I follow?' The cat answers, 'That depends where you want to go. If you do not know where you want to go, it doesn't matter which path you take.' Unlike Alice, we all know where we want to go, and it does matter which way we go, for by choosing our path, we choose our destination." End quote. For those hearing my voice, we are on the pathway to graduation. And the best way to attain your goal of graduation is to remain motivated. And the best way to remain motivated and to have a goal is to have a SMART goal. I've used SMART goals with my time at BYU, Idaho for these 3 years to be successful in eliminating stress and anxiety. So what is a SMART goal? A SMART goal is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific. Make sure your goal is specific and that you write it down. Because if you don't write it down, you may never remember what your goal is. I remember when I first started at BYU, Idaho, and I had classes that had us made weekly goals. If I didn't write it down in a separate location to look at, I forgot what my goal was. So make sure to write it down and make sure to be specific. Measurable. Another important thing about having a goal is make sure it's measurable. This helps you stay motivated. I have a goal each week to make sure my homework and assignments are completed by Friday, but it starts with Monday. And so with Monday comes, I make sure that I read all of my assignments for all my classes and I start working on them immediately. And as I achieve every single assignment done, it feels so good because I'm working towards my goal of being completed by Friday. And so the next step is make sure your goal is attainable. Now, this can be hard for some people. I know a lot of us have been told that you can become anything or do anything in this life. And I believe that. But you must make sure you're taking the proper steps to make that goal realistic. Like someone may have the goal to win The Voice, right? But if they've never sung in front of anybody, they're not doing the necessary steps to make sure that goal is achievable. The next step is relevant. Now, with being in college, you want to make sure your goals are relevant to your successfulness at what you're doing, and that's your pathway to graduation. And the best way to do that is realize that all the goals that you want to do may not be as important as this one. And if you're like me, school's all you think about and it's all you talk about. It's an obsession. And that's, I think, a very key component to success is obsession. For instance, I know that if I don't do the triple check at the end of the week, I sometimes miss points on assignments. So make sure that you're being obsessive about it. Time bound. This is also a very important step. Someone may have a goal to want to lose weight, but if they don't have an end date in mind, they really can't start. And so you must have an end in mind to have a beginning. I've used SMART goals throughout my life to be successful, and one of them was my goal to want to serve a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints after being a member for 1 year. And I was able to do that because I let everyone know what my goal was, and I had a specific time of when I wanted to accomplish it after 1 year. And so I know that the next step for me was to make sure that I did things that were measurable, such as completing my mission papers and making sure they get turned on time. I made sure that it was something that was attainable because I was able to stay worthy so I can enter the temple. It was relevant to what I wanted to do because I wanted to serve my Heavenly Father. And it was time bound. After 1 year, I was able to do it. I was able to serve a full-time mission. And I know this has led me to using this tactic throughout my whole entire time at BYU, Idaho. And I've been extremely successful and extremely happy with being able to use these goals, being able to use SMART goals. And I know it's kind of my secret weapon. And I look forward to passing it down to my children when they're older so they can utilize it so they can be happy and successful. And I hope in return they pass it down to their children so that they will be able to accomplish anything they want in this life and nothing will hold them back because they'll know the true way to do it. And it's by setting goals, and SMART goals is the way to do it.